Welcome to SippyBee Short. My name is Richard, your guide at SippyBee, the comprehensive wine app where we help you find, choose, purchase, taste, and learn about wine all in one spot. Today I'm at Queen's Room in Go Figure, Queens, New York, where I've just ordered lunch, and we're going to talk a little bit about matching up food and wine. Just some basics here. Some things to think about when you're looking at food and trying to match up wines with it. What is the main ingredient? What is the main ingredient in the food item? What's the main ingredient in the wine? Usually we're talking about the wine variety or maybe multiple varieties. What's the weight of it, the texture in your mouth, the mouthfeel? Some foods are thick and rich. Some foods have some literally bite to them, and some wines too. Some are smooth and very glistening, and others have some great texture to them. So we want to match up that main ingredient, the weight, the texture, the mouthfeel. Then what's the preparation? Is it something like this Vayda here, which is just lightly baked, or this dark baked Brussels sprouts, or a grilled burger? All of those have different oomph to them, and we want to try to match that power or that maybe subtleness. And then are there any flavorings that are added to it? Sauces on food, or maybe wood aging for wine, and other modifiers that might be with the food or wine. And then the overall intensity. What are the dominant tastes, flavors, what's the balance of them, and can we get them to match the wines that we are picking out? So sometimes we go for like things, usually powerful with powerful, but sometimes we do some contrasting. Salty and sweet, for example, are very good contrasting tastes that sometimes work well together, assuming that the overall intensity are very similar. You wouldn't want to put a simple sweet wine with a complex salty cheese, for example. They won't work together because of the difference in intensity, although maybe the salt and sweet works very well. So I have a variety of things here. I have a fresher tasting Vayda, and then these crispy, dark roasted Brussels sprouts, and then this grilled burger to match some wines with. First, starting with the Vayda, you could always start with a white wine. So I have this light, fresh white from Spain, but it's a savory wine, so it should go well with that salty savoriness of the cheese. Looking at the texture of the cheese, we have a lighter texture to it. It's not dark baked and lightly herbed, a little bit salty and savory. Perfect with this wine. You could do a rosé also. So I also have a rosé here. This is from southern France, made from the Cinsault grape. Rosé is not a compromise. It's a very good match to many foods. And it's a great summertime wine also because it's a bit refreshing, but still has that savoriness to it. A little bite of the cheese. This wine really picked up on the herby notes that are in the cheese. Now under our Brussels sprouts, it's a little bit darker, more intense flavor because of the darker roasting on them. This should be a good match still for the rosé. Nice. Again, that green vegetableness with this wine, very good. Or maybe something a little heavier, this Côte de Rhône. So this is made from Grenache and Syrah, has a little bit more body to it, but still some of those earthy tones and herby tones that are famous down in the south there. Have a little bit of sip of that with our Brussels sprouts. This is really delicious. Nice match. Now when it comes to heavier foods, here we have our grilled burger. Then maybe you want to pull out a heavyweight grape, Cabernet Sauvignon. A little more intensity, a little more savoriness to it. Tannin is a little bit higher. to go with our medium rare burger here. Let's take a little bite of that. The weight of those and the mouthfeel really work well together, and the intensity of both of them. Both of them have a longer finish also to them. Great match, great match. So that's my little lunch here at Queen's Room. Delicious food, highly recommend it, and hopefully see you soon for another tasting. Maybe a guided tour with one of our SippyBee wine sets. See you soon.